Let's talk about Casey Jones's dad, Arnold, in my Ninja Turtles universe. When he was younger, he and his best friend, Brooklyn, started a gang, the Purple Dragons. Started off innocent enough, but they quickly rose to power to be one of the most serious organized crime units within the city of New York. And eventually both men would become fathers. Brooklyn would have a daughter he would name Jenica, but he'd always call his little angel, and Arnold would go and have a son named Casey. Brooklyn was definitely more cut out to be a father than Arnold was, but both of them still sort of sidelined that to focus on running the Dragons. That would unfortunately lead to their downfall. Brooklyn would be shot and killed by a rival gang, leaving Arnold all alone to run the Dragons. And at that same time, Arnold's wife was dying of cancer. And after she passed, that left Arnold with all of the responsibility of running the Dragons and all of the responsibility of raising his son Casey. And the dude couldn't he snapped. He just dove into his cups, and this man became just a chronic, violent alcoholic. All of the frustrations he would have on life, he then took out on the young Casey Jones. So this guy just beat the shit out of his son all the time. Eventually, this guy got kicked out of his own gang because he just wasn't that intimidating presence that he used to be. When this dude was on top of things, he was fucking terrifying. Now, he's just fucking pathetic. In the second season of my Ninja Turtles series, when the Shredder is going around either destroying rival gangs or absorbing rival gangs, the Shredder hears the tales of Arnold from the Purple Dragons. Back in the day, Arnold was a unit. This man was fucking built, just muscle on muscle. I'm talking he one-shot people with a punch. He threw guys through walls. 10 dudes versus him. It was an unfair fight for them. This dude would kick their ass. He was so violent. He was so scary. He was so ruthless. The Purple Dragons gave him the nickname Attila the Hun, which eventually got shortened. One day Shredder comes to this pathetic broken man with an offer. If he got the Purple Dragons back in line and got them to bend the knee and join the Foot Clan, then he would restore Arnold to his former glory. Now, of course, Arnold was skeptical of this offer, but Oroku Saki doesn't fucking play games. Oroku Saki busts out the super soldier mutagen, the same stuff that he puts into all of his lieutenants of the Foot Clan, and he slid it across the table to Arnold, leaving the choice in his hands. And not very long after Shredder left, Arnold took it. Arnold popped the vial, threw it back, and chased it with a shot of whiskey. That night, Arnold experienced the most intense pain he had ever felt. The next morning, the Arnold who had been approaching nearly 400 pounds of body fat was restored to his glory days and beyond, and was now nearly 400 pounds of pure muscle. Beyond that, it looked like he had full-on de-aged nearly a decade and a half. This dude was pushing almost 50, and now he looked like a dude in his 30-year-old prime. Arnold threw on a leather vest and some jeans, and he immediately headed down to the local tattoo parlor to get his back freshened up. And at the end of that session, Hun was restored.